Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Browns, and it's all up next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we continue with a terrific matchup in the divisional round. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns. So glad you're having us in for this divisional round matchup. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Partner, playing in front of the home crowd. That is something you get when you're the #1 seed. A week off to prepare. Now a playoff game in your building. It's that age-old question. What do you think? Rest versus rust?
You know, I think if you ask the coaches, Mike, they would kind of go back and forth, but it is no question. With players, they want that #1 seed, they want that bye, and they want to be sitting on their couch during the wild card round watching everybody else beat each other up. You factor in that rest. You factor in getting your legs back under you and getting some guys back, maybe who were out some previous weeks, and you're playing in front of your home crowd. That's every team's dream to start the season, and it's exactly what we got here.
The winner moves on to the AFC Championship game. This should be some battle. Off we go here in the divisional round. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
After talking to him the other day, it seems like he's really embracing this moment, Mike. I mean, he said something along the lines of playing with the pressure that comes with the playoffs is a privilege, and I couldn't agree more. Not everyone gets the opportunity to play on this stage. So when you have these types of moments, you really have to take advantage of them and just go for it. If the rest of the team can match that mindset, I think they got a good shot today to leave with a win.
That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He keeps it himself, and he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll throw out of the gun. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. And the Browns will take over here at their own 12.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
Mike, I was watching the news this morning, and people were tailgating before the sun even came up. I mean, these fans have been waiting for this one since the moment they clinched home field advantage. That excitement, it's translated into a ridiculous hostile environment. I mean, it's clear the support of this entire city right now falls behind this team, and with that comes a lot of pressure. If he's going to lead his team to the championship game, he has to stay level-headed through this chaos, because if he's able to do that here, I really like their chances of playing next Sunday.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Browns getting their punting team out there. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quickly to the outside and complete.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game. And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Browns offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Here's the punter now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. The fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Bills' offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the 1st quarter, but that was their 3rd attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. If you got to start looking elsewhere, you don't want to get into a position, Mike.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The Browns offense headed back to take over once more. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Now, faking the give. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
So in regards to being used in the passing game, there's really 2 types of backs in this league. There's the check down back. He's able to just take the short gains and try to pick up more yards after catch. And then there's the back that can be used as a weapon. Man, when you got a guy like that in your passing game, it is a handful for defenses.
Big time play there for Buffalo. An even 40 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Slot receiver headed right. Throwing now on 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 1 quarter in the books in this AFC divisional playoff. 3-0 is our score. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now this time he'll set up to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Bills. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Open man, right side. He's got him. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the 1st down as well.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Quick throw, taken in.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. This is caught at 2. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball is coming out.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight, there's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball, that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Big play coming up, 3rd and goal. That is caught. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll try to run. And he's not gonna get there. They have stopped them short. It's a turnover on downs, and it comes as we hit the 2-minute warning. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive will start on the ground, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Open man, left side, he's got it. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Bills 1st down. They motion the slot man left. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down. They get him back at the 5-yard line.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the 1st half clock. The Bills bringing on their punting unit, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. Here comes Jackson on the return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion. You have to give them credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
The Bills will send out the field goal unit. This a yard short of the record from 65 yards out. That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That's gonna be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 35-21, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it your way, let's hand it back over to Mike Tirico.
These two teams fighting to get to that AFC championship game next Sunday. Back to it here. The third quarter underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense back onto the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll throw out of the gun. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Whoa! And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now a run on first down. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll get this complete to Walker. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. 2nd and 7. A handoff as they try to run it here. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Browns. What a terrific play at the back of the end zone. Greg, that is so hard to do, but something you did during your career. How do guys pull that off?
Yeah, the key here, Mike, is the concentration to not only see the ball, but then you have to feel the ground. You have to know exactly where you are in the back line of the end zone. And tell you what, this is about as good as it gets. Come down with the ball, 2 feet in bounds, touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Bills offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. Slot man in motion left. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. The Bills bringing on the punt team. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. A low-scoring game, all tied, 3rd quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. 2nd down and 3. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Oh, he coughs up the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
He'll drop to throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back at the 16.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. They'll run. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
A bit of a curious call there, Mike, on 3rd and goal. From this far out, you thought they would have turned to their passing game. They tried to catch the defense sleeping and keep it on the ground. Great job by the defense being ready for everything. Not only do they stop them, they take them back for a loss. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bills offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the 1st down as well.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get...
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Throwing now from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
A try here for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Bills make the lead 4. It is 17-13. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Back to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll run again. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Touchdown, Cleveland. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. You talk about a quarterback getting things done with his legs. Everything covered downfield, but they couldn't cover him as he went down the field for a touchdown.
Mike, sometimes as a defensive coordinator, you just can't prepare for everything. In this case, you have the play defended perfectly. Passing lanes are all taken away. Everyone in coverage is where they're supposed to be. So what does the quarterback do? He tucks the ball away, and he takes it the distance for 6.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. That's a gain of 14 and a first down. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Slot man in motion right. Out of the gun, he'll throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. A wide open receiver downfield. This one is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bills. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. A safe kick taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now give on the ground. Not much happening there. Just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. This one complete right side. Woo! And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
1st and 10. His throw left side is complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's 1st down, and they'll run. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now, 1st and goal. They'll stick to the ground. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. 2nd and goal. They'll run here. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This taken at the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Bills offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll throw out of the gun. Thrown left side. The catch is made. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Buffalo. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete, but now a marker comes flying in late behind the line of scrimmage. Might we get a roughing the passer call here? Here is 1st and goal. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Try it again here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. The Bills going to use their final timeout here. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. Off play action. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
Now after that 3rd down sack, I think this changes everything. On 3rd down, Mike, you're telling your coordinator, you've got 2 downs. We're going to go for the win. But after taking a sack on 3rd down, you find yourself 4th and goal from this distance. I think I'm taking the field goal and going to let this game go on.
So, overtime coming up. Reminder, these rules different from the regular season. Each team gets to possess the football once. After that time, its next score wins. Each team gets 3 timeouts. Any defensive score ends the game. And all replay challenges come from upstairs. We'll play as long as we need to until we get a winner. As if playoff football wasn't stressful enough, it is jacked up now. We're back underway with this postseason overtime session. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Tight end going in motion here. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down. A pickup of 8. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And he's into the end zone. That'll do it. They win it in OT.
And with these new overtime rules in the postseason, Mike, remember, most teams want to go on defense first. But here, they get the ball first, and they go down and score. Now their defense knows we have to hold them out of the end zone, and we find ourselves moving on.
Don't forget about the extra point here. This, an important one. The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. Now a first throw here in overtime. He's going to let this one go deep.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend via...
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. And that not a guy you can afford to lose here in overtime. So it's a win for the Browns. It was as tight a game as anyone could hope for. It took overtime to find a winner. But they will advance in these playoffs. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.